Hello everyone, welcome to Fiaura. T-90.
Gunner, scan for target.
Boom, bang, pow.
Driver, move out.
The mighty, mighty T-90. It is... I gotta admit, I like it. I really honestly like the tank. It packs a hell of a punch. And its armor is good. However, I am going to say something against it. That little bit of foreshadowing is going to hurt me. The gun depression is really awful. Like, oh my god. I think it only gets 3 degrees. It honestly has nearly 0 gun depression. And because I forget that factor, I'm going to pay for it later. Now I do carry the hull reinforcement. I carry the gyro stabilizer on it. And I forget what the other piece of gear I mounted on. It has 4 gear slots, which is awesome. I find the hull reinforcement in this game to be one of the most useful, simply because it provides... I didn't time that yeah, that wobbling effect, Obsidian. I don't understand what that is. But that needs to stop.
Identify target. Hostile tank.
I can time it right sometimes. Ooh. Poor Challenger 1. Just getting devastated in the side armor by T-90 boomstick. Ah, I hit the left side of the driver port instead of at the driver port, sinking it through the turret ring like I wanted to. And I'm loading a missile. And this T-72A is not watching where he's driving.
Ammo up. Identify target. Hostile tank.
And because of the wobbling effect, that actually increased while I was sitting there. I'm considered unstable for the purposes of firing a missile. I'm not actually moving the tank. It's just seesawing higher and higher, which makes no sense. Tanks do not seesaw, Obsidian. They really don't. I'm going to break down this wall.
Identify target. Hostile tank.
And for some odd reason, I went from being able to aim at him to not being able to aim at him. Like I said, it has no gun depression whatsoever. I'm really wondering how that didn't penetrate. I do, however, notice the Challenger 1 next to me. Yeah, some of these physics are... Shoot, not at the reinforced ERA plates. Let's shoot somewhere else that actually hurts. Good night. Very potent gun, by the way. Well, that sucked. Let's try this again. Only this time I'm going to get closer. Yeah, what's that? This is out to be a 5, guys. Yeah, I'm not quite sure what the consistent penetration point is on some of these tanks. I thought I've had enough of your crap, though.
They hit us hard. That's it.
Alright.
Hostile target spot identified. Hostile tank.
Ah, and that rock. That rocking. All I did there was I knew that if I pulled back, his side armor would be exposed to my gun right here at almost a flat angle. I do it all the time in World of Tanks.
Identified. Hostile tank. Hostile truck. Mark. Identified target. Hostile tank.
Belgilette Panzer, goodbye. Now, the Leopard 2AV's gun is relatively weak compared to the T-90's armor and the T-90's massive cannon. Now, I figure I can go over on these guys. No gun depression. I end up ricocheting the side, taking 2 hits, 3 hits. Yeah. And that is a game-costing mistake. Dang it! Zero gun depression when you really need it. This tank has. Dear God, why did I do that? That was a game-costing mistake. 1,600 hit points, shot to pieces in seconds because I screwed up. Top tier MBT useless my ass. I did 4 kills. I beat the crap out of so many things. Picking on lower tiers? No, I went for the Leopard 2A5 first. I killed the big tanks first. Now this Weasel driver is giving them what for, but at the end of the day, without any support, MBTs can focus him down. And HEI rounds are only going to do so much. He really needs to get behind them. And apparently what's going on in chat, if the moderators want to rewind the video just a little bit, they can see a couple folks that that need some that need a discipline switch. You effing mongoloid. Big bag of crap baskets right now. But it's my fault. It's my own fault. I could easily fight those 2 challengers if I hadn't screwed it up. I completely screwed it up. I should have taken my time, maneuvered myself well, and conserved my hit points. Instead, I literally just screwed it up. That's on me! I thought, you know, I could just fly over, shoot that Leopard 2A5 in the side, and it would be over. But the literal near 0 degrees of gun depression cost us this game. Now, I'm not going to lay the entire blame on me, though. Some of my teammates... how did you get in tier 6, 7, and 8 vehicles? Seriously. So, this is a ×2 credit weekend. But I did a lot of damage. 3,100 total. 4 kills. A couple of my teammates did less, 1 shot or less. The gun isn't the most accurate thing in the world, and the penetration isn't the greatest. A non-times 2 weekend, I would have lost credits for that. Obsidian, this is not right. Your credit grind is still way off. Fix it. That's what I have to say about the T-90. Let's move on to the T-90's PvE. Alright, so PvE, Operation Phalanx, which is a brand new PvE match. Basically, it's the other half of the Roughneck map, in which we're attempting to assault the refinery. Now, this PvE mission was featured in my insane difficulty video. Go check it out. PvE insane difficulty mode with the Ramka 99 and the Leopard 2A5. I start to go in the quick way and decide not to. Artillery opens up on me. There's an Abrams off to my left. The T-90 does have one big advantage. It's fast.
Identified target. Hostile. Tank.
That's not relatively speaking. It's just quick.
Intel suggests that supplies
So you can get out of trouble if you need to. As you guys can see, I just drove through there, doing almost 40 kph the whole time. Bye! Oh, I love this gun. Wait until I start the heat spam. You know, extra damage.
Incoming!
And as you guys can see, this is one of the few MBTs that can clear artillery blast radiuses. Now that round went low, so low that it actually passed through the tracks.
Ammo up.
That, however, hurt. That hurt more. Weasel? That's a low roll. I do take a couple of high explosive and piercing hit. Yeah, that rocking thing's back, Obsidian. It's really prevalent in the Soviet tanks that you rock for no reason. Takes care of you. I'm fighting an Abrams who's giving me his side. I blow his engine completely off. Take multiple hits. Only one does damage, and it's the HE round. I hit his engine again, and then I take... I'm not sure if I'm taking armor piercing or high explosive hits here, but it's just over and over again. Little... What the hell? That's all we fix this, Obsidian. HE rounds shouldn't be doing that much. But here they are, tearing my tank apart with high explosive. And that little rock made me miss it. I had the tank stopped, and then suddenly it rocked forward. Ooh. But I will gladly put a round through you. Here's those shells. 602 overmatch with the APC with the Sabo round. Yeah. This thing's average seems to be about 600, 625 in reality. The garage says it's 650 something, but no. It's a little lower than that in reality. Wreck the supply vehicle and move on. Now, I wish that some of these PvP matches, these PvE matches were longer. I also really hope that we start taking less high explosive damage, especially with tanks that are covered in explosive reactive armor. I should almost completely negate the HE round. Top of the turret does partial damage because I penetrated the commander's hatch. I'm not quite sure how that even penetrated. I mean, it tracked me, but it penetrated from the front. I'm really beginning to wonder if the side armor of these tanks is just way too thin. That might be a correction that Obsidian might want to look into. The side armor just seems way too thin sometimes. Taken out. Moving on. All I was doing there was just shooting through the top of this turret. All day long. Ouch. Shall I hit you again, Mr. BMP? Or have you learned your lesson? That's not good. Somebody slapped him with a massive heat round or a missile and finished off. No, Mr. Bradley, charging the T-90 is not a very good battle plan. Matter of fact, it's the opposite of a good battle plan. Ah. Ah. Missing. Don't like missing. There we go. Hit him on the move. The other two full zoom shots. Nope. Going full speed, looking right at him. Bang. Hit. Dead. I'm noticing that too. When you're moving, your shots for some reason have less RNG. I've noticed that in a lot of games recently, that when I'm going full speed, doesn't matter what tank I'm in, when I'm just moving and I just open fire, they hit more often. It's weird. You would think the full zoom, well-aimed shot would be the one with less random number generation, but it turns out the shots on the move are the less random shots. I don't know quite why that is, but yeah. I think it should be the other way around, but I'm not complaining about the kills. I'm just complaining that, you know, the random number generator seems to favor you when you're moving. I've discovered this, and recently I've been, like, just before I fire, tapping the forward or back button so I'm moving just a tiny bit and taking advantage of it so that I get the full zoom circle and then take advantage of the less random number generation, and it's been working beautifully. So it turns out that that actually helps. Yeah, I think there's a bug here because we should see our tanks and we don't, and instead we just see these 3 road wheels for some reason. I don't think those are the road wheels. I think those are the top wheels. What I think they're called, feedback wheels or run wheels, whatever they're called. I forget the name of it. But they're just there. Anyway. Final tally here. Didn't quite make as much credits as I would have liked. This is the ×2 weekend and only made 43,000 credits. That's... Your reputation gain is fine, Obsidian. The problem we have is credits. I've gained a boatload of reputation. I can't make money. I find playing my tier 2s and 3s and 4s makes money, and then when you hit tier 5 plus, you don't make any money. So yeah, the economy is still pretty weird. And look at this. This thing's covered in ERA plates, but HE shells were doing damage to the front of my tank. And that mantle right there is a weak point. That underplate is easier to penetrate. That tiny commander's hatch on top, or the turret ring if you can get underneath the red eyes that block ATGMs. If you can get underneath those, that's a good penetration point. So those are the weak spots. That's the T-90. Fun, beat-up, brawling Soviet tank. We're going to take another look at the Ramka 99 in the next video, and then we're going to take a look at another light tank. But in the meantime, please like and share this video if you did enjoy yourself. Please come back for more. Remember, I'm always making new videos for you guys. And please remember to share. the channel growth really is up to you guys now, not me. So hit the share button. Check out these other Armored Warfare videos if you're interested in more Armored Warfare to sate your Armored Warfare appetite. And check out the patronage page. The channel is run simply because you guys choose to, you know, show support at this point. Because it's starting to get, you know, where I can keep certain things going and do more for you guys. Do longer live streams, do more videos, spend more time with you guys. And that's because you guys have made it where I don't have to do as much other work and can actually, you know, have fun with you guys. In the meantime, this is Fiaura officially signing out for right now, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye, guys. And the gun on this thing is actually fairly accurate, especially for an Armored Warfare gun, and reliable. Shells go where you tell them to. Or just about. Helicopter flying overhead. Our LAV-150 getting just chewed up there. I mean, chewed up. Now I come to the realization, I gotta make something happen. Our team is dying. And obviously people are not properly pushing this line. They're just getting shredded. So I am going to sit here for a minute and try to figure out where the enemy positions are. I'm switching to heat because I'm not fighting any MBTs and I want to do the extra damage. And I'm going to hit that engine accelerator to avoid getting hurt right now. Ha! Not in terms, the range is fine, but when I'm consistently having shells fly to the edge of the circle, it's a bit too random. And shells like that are nearly full zoom that just go, nope, edge of the circle. You're kidding. I penetrated and destroyed the module, but I didn't actually hurt the tank? Fine, Commander's hatch. Critical hit? And the Challenger pulls up and blocks my shot. So I start pulling back, because there's 3 main battle tanks here now. Versus just me. And we're winning right now. That's the interesting part. We are actually winning right now.